Hello, welcome everybody. The world is a mess, and I just want to steampunk it. This is episode 85, February 20th, 2023. I'm your host, Steampunk Star Raisin. I'm here in North Hollywood, California, uh, USA, and I'm here with my co-host today, my girlfriend, Rock Ann, or you want me to just say Rock Ann? You don't want me to use your
Yeah,
real
that's
name?
fine. Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
Rock Ann. And she is in Los Angeles, California area. So how's it going, Anne?
Well, a lot of time to get this coordinated between you and me. I'm a very busy college student, and it's hard to make time sometimes to do these things, and also I have other projects going on. So yeah, so I know how to better, and I know some of the things that went wrong. I know how to better anticipate some of the things in the future, so that I'm not like, oh my god, why isn't blah 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 working? And I know now, I know for next time, I know for next time it will be better. It's
Okay.
just been a long time since I've done like a face-to-face Zoom meeting.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm also working on this. This is my laptop. I'm working on putting this together. I'm putting new rat thing stickers on it. So I want to show it again when
Awesome.
I'm
You got
done.
your
Yeah, this is what
Morbius.
I was doing while I was waiting for you. I realized I had to do something because I had this,
You got it on
after
your
getting this
MacBook,
set
your
up, I wouldn't
protective
want to switch
case.
to Bluetooth, because that
I,
would
I
just
don't
like,
know. I'm using a
yeah, you're using wired too.
well actually no, this is a wireless headset. I just usually leave it plugged in because it's charging.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But
Yeah, next time I need to do Bluetooth, it'll make things a little bit easier because I was like confined to my computer chair.
yeah, I can disconnect it and it's can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can disconnect it. It's the battery's fully charged.
Right.
This Corsair headset. Yeah, it's Wi-Fi. It has a wireless transmitter. I
Okay.
use one headset for everything. I keep it simple. But
Okay.
but
No, I hear you. Simplicity. These are my Rat Fang stickers. I'm putting
cute.
these on right now. Yeah, I have there used to be more Crew Me stickers on here, but I just have a few Crew Me stickers now, and I have Morbius. This is a Gretzko. This is
Morbius is
another
like your new
Morbius.
favorite comic book character.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like my second favorite. I have some Dungeons and Dragons stickers. This one is just Dungeons and Dragons only, and this one's Dungeons and Dragons. This one's Dungeons and Dragons. So this is something that I'm working on while while waiting, and I'm still like kind of working on it now a little bit, you know. Just a little, not too much, but just a little. I want to show it at the end when I'm done. Well, this is a Ratfink hot rod sticker. Ratfink is actually one of my
Is that
favorite
your one
characters.
of your favorite characters? Yeah.
Yes, yes, my
Because
favorite childhood character is Ratfink. Yeah.
when
Yeah,
I
my
was at
favorite
that when
childhood
I was at
character.
that Americana collectible vintage
Yeah.
clothing convention, you got those little rat think keychain or what do they call
Yeah,
those?
they're called key fobs. Yeah, I
Key
actually saw it
fobs.
on
Yeah.
eBay too. They're rare. Everything that's Ratfink is kind of rare because like I think the creator of Ratfink died in like the early 2000s or something like that. I'm not sure though. I have to confirm,
Okay,
but
so there's nobody promoting or creating new
yeah,
rat think
exactly. It's just
material.
the estate of Big Daddy Ed Roth. That's the creator of Ratfink. It's just his estate managing it. So everything that's Ratfink is kind of rare except for these stickers. Somehow
Well,
these stickers
those
are available on Amazon, but
those key
yeah.
fobs looked pretty old. They look like something from like the 60s or 70s.
Yeah. Oh, this is
Uh,
another interesting one. This is an interesting take on Ratfink.
okay. So you've always loved Rat Think. You were
Oh
introduced
yeah,
to it.
yeah, yeah. I love Ratfink. Yeah. Yeah, he's one of my favorite characters.
Okay. It's cute but disgusting at the same time.
I know, it was made to be a parody of Mickey Mouse.
It's like Mickey Mouse crackhead. It's like
Yeah,
crackhead Mickey
basically, right,
Mouse.
right. Made to be a parody of Mickey Mouse, but it's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, this one's like an alien.
Okay, what's that character called?
I don't know. It's just a variant of the art style. It's like an alien. It's just like a variant. It's a
Oh, that's
variant.
another rat thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a monster. Yeah, that one's just a monster. It's pretty cool stuff. Yeah, it's not just Ratfink. There's other characters too as well, but I don't know all their names.
Okay, so now that we talked about your stickers and your rat thing, we'll move on to the next topic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We need to move on.
Um, the other night I went, those of you who follow, the few of you who follow me on TikTok, Friday night I went to the El Capitan Theater, and I had a coupon that got me a movie ticket for $12 because normally I think it's like 18 to go to the El Capitan, and I saw Quantumania on the opening night that it came out. I would say overall it was a good movie. I wouldn't say it was entertaining. It does have some flaws, but I wouldn't say it's the worst MCU movie or the worst movie I've ever seen. It's definitely not the best. Um, but overall, I think what really still makes Quantumania a good movie because it's setting up for the next movie. Um, and it's spoiler alert at the in one of the end credit scenes, it's setting up for Loki season 2 because Loki has a surprise cameo at the end, so it's almost worth it alone just to see that. But yeah, the thing that really hurts the movie most of all, I would say, is Modoc. Is a really silly character from the comics, and it's kind of hard to translate that into live action. And they retconned Modoc. They made Modoc totally different in the MCU version. Luckily, he's only a minor supporting character, but in the first Ant-Man movie, basically the same dude who was Yellow Jacket, you see him shrink and he loses his arms and his limbs, and then he just becomes a giant head. And they apparently Kang repaired him and turned him into this floating head with little tiny arms and legs, and it just looked really bad. The CGI on Modoc was really bad, and it kind of turned him into the butt of a joke. Like you have Lacey Kang, the daughter of Scott Lang, who's also got her own Ant-Man suit or her own Wasp suit. Uh, she knocks Modoc out to the ground, halfway through the movie, and she tells him, "Don't be a dick." Okay, I won't be a dick, and then he turns on Kang, and then he ends up getting killed. So, but Kang, Jonathan Majors, who portrays Kang, was probably the best part of the movie. I did like that they explored the quantum realm, but they got into like the rebellion of the quantum realm. They kind of like ripped off Star Wars a little bit. That hurts the movie a little bit. But when they focused on the times that they focused on Kang, and then was the best part of the movie. And I liked how in the quantum realm, in the subatomic universe, which is technically based on the microverse from the comic books, but they don't own the rights to the microverse toys, so they can't use microverse, so they just call it the quantum realm. That's the MCU version of the microverse. And so when they're stuck down there and you find out that Kang has been exiled and he's stuck in the quantum realm and he's angry and he wants to get out, and he holds Scott Lane's daughter hostage because he needs access to Scott Lane's PIM particles to be able to rebuild his temporal engine to fix his time ship. And I loved how, like, because if you know anything in quantum physics about quantum probability fields, that was the best part of the movie, I think. Well, probably the second best. The best was the post credit scenes, and because it sets up future movies, it sets up Secret Wars, and it sets up Loki season 2. But the second best scene, I would say, is the quantum probability field. And if you've ever read anything about theoretical quantum physics, um, quantum probability field is where subatomic particles can exist in multiple states at once. It's a very mysterious world where things are weird and don't seem to make logical sense because, like, a particle can be left, right, up, and down all at the same time. And they've proven this through experiments where they send a photon of light through one slit, and then they stop sending it and they send it through another slit, and it ends up creating an interference pattern where it shouldn't create an interference pattern. So in the movie, Scott Lane, there's this temporal engine and it exists in multiple states. It's like the destroyed state, a semi-destroyed state, and then there's a version of the temporal engine that's incomplete, that that's not destroyed. So he has to try to shrink down and go through this quantum probability field to try to get the temporal engine. And he ends up running into duplicates of himself, and it almost drives him crazy because he's like talking to himself, and there's like multiple versions of Ant-Man. And so that was pretty cool because I liked seeing that they put into quantum physics, they put a little bit of theoretical quantum physics into the movie, which was pretty cool to see because it's stuff that I had read. But you're not that familiar with quantum probability fields.
Yeah, I'm familiar with probability a little bit because of statistics, but not quantum probability. I don't even know what the word quantum means. I gotta see the
Well,
Ant-Man movie. I know everyone's talking about it.
Quantum is subatomic.
Oh, okay.
Like anything smaller than a neutron or a proton, because atoms are made of neutrons and protons and electrons.
Yeah.
Subatomic, like incredibly small particles, like below
Right.
the size of, you got like an up quartz and a down quartz. It gets pretty weird when you go into subatomic. But yeah, so yeah, the movie came out this week. It opened with, I think, over 100 million opening weekend. Let me check Box Office Mojo. Actually, let me close this. I mean, too many tabs open.
I found this is off topic, but I found a steampunk Ratfink sticker, and I found some ones that are hilarious.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Show me.
this is like a steampunk Ratfink. I know you can't see it really good.
It's kind of blurry because the camera's out of focus.
Is it better now?
Iron Fink.
Well, it's kind of
Oh,
steampunk looking.
It's Iron Man. He's got the
Yeah,
Iron Man, or it's Iron Man
it
parody.
looks a little bit steampunk though, you know.
Looks more like Iron Man to me, but all right.
Well, I know you like Iron Man.
I do.
Yeah. Also, this one says, can we say bad words on here?
Try to limit it because the YouTube algorithm
Yeah,
will
this has the D word on it. It's a surprise D head. It has a D word on it.
dickhead. Okay,
Yeah. Can I show it?
sure. Yeah, you can use profanity to a limited degree, but you just don't want to use a whole lot of profanity because then the algorithm will limit
That was
search
funny. I think those
results.
stickers are hilarious. I'm putting this one on my laptop right now. This is the one I'm
Cool.
putting
You're
on
having
my
a lot of
laptop.
fun doing that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I started that while I was waiting for you, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting all upset. I need to do something. I need to do something constructive that allows me to keep my gaming headset on so I can listen to. I started listening to my course materials too, but in the future, I think I'll be more so Bluetooth, so I'm more so free to walk around. Because one thing I didn't anticipate is that I may have to wait. I didn't anticipate that, so that's why I got a little bit frustrated because I didn't anticipate that I may have to wait.
Yeah, let's see. So overall, I would say Ant-Man Quantumania is a good movie. It's not a great movie, but I mean, it was entertaining and it was worth watching because it sets up, phase 5 of the MCU. MODOK sucked, and it was sometimes even Kang was a little bit too goofy, but most of the time he was pretty cool. He was pretty interesting villain. Um, but overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 7. It's Not the worst MCU movie. It's not the best either, but it's slightly better than mediocre. I was entertained. Um, but anyway, moving on. You wanted to talk about the train derailment?
Yes. Yeah. That's really fucked up.
Oh God, I'm over here at CNN and it's no longer a top news story anymore. It should
Yeah, that's
be.
what I'm saying.
I'm
Right.
gonna have
Like
to
it's
go.
no
I'm gonna
longer
have to
even a
Google
top
for it.
story, top news story. It's
Like
like an
CNN
afterthought.
doesn't even have it in any of their headlines.
It's like a fucking afterthought. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, it's all over TikTok. People have videos with like devices that sense like
And the
chemicals
thing
in the
that's really
air.
messed up is there is apparently a Union Pacific train derailment that happened
Yeah, I
today.
know. I heard about that. That there's another one. It's like our
Train
infrastructure is
derailment.
crumbling. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, Norfolk Southern, they're a greedy corporation. Um,
Yeah.
let's see, there's an article here at
Yeah,
ABC
they're donating
News.
to like all the politicians
Yeah,
too
I'm
as
here on the
well.
ABC News, and it says Ohio train derailment. Buttigieg pens sharply worded letter to Norfolk Southern Railway. And if this is not an excuse to nationalize the rail lines, I don't know what is. And then you
Yeah, I
got
know.
Pete Buttigieg waited like 10 days to even talk about it. And then when he did talk about it, he says, well, I'm kind of powerless to do anything. Dude, you're the transportation secretary. It's your responsibility to regulate the rail lines. And unfortunately,
Yeah, it's
Barack
fucked up.
Obama had actually tried when Barack Obama was president, he was trying to pass legislation to update requiring that they have updated brakes because these trains that carry hazardous materials have air brakes that date back to the Civil War. So in other words, the problem is it one car at a time, brakes at a time, and that means they don't have electronic brakes and they brake really slowly, and sometimes if it brakes too quickly, it can result in train derailment. And so you have a combination of poor maintenance and you have understaffing and overworking. Like they're now only required to keep two crew on a whole entire train carrying hazardous materials. And if something goes wrong, how are only two people supposed to handle it? They used to have to keep cabooses with a whole repair team, but they don't even do that anymore because of corporate greed from Norfolk Southern companies like Norfolk Southern and Union Pacific. Their rail workers are overworked and underpaid. Uh, that's why the union workers were trying to strike, but the federal government and Joe Biden ruled against union workers striking because they were worried that it would be disruptive to the economy. But the problem is we're allowing unfettered greed.
You know what's disruptive to the economy? Allowing
Oh,
toxic
allowing trains to
chemicals to
explode
like
with
they like
hazardous
nuked an entire
materials.
town to clear the way for the railways. That's what's disruptive because all those people like can't they're all getting like I don't know. There's businesses I'm sure that were
Well,
affected
it's
too.
just it shows you that when you have unregulated greed, unregulated capitalism, it runs amok and it ends up destroying everything for everybody. It destroys the
Yes.
environment. They're talking about the East Palisade that the water supply may be contaminated.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with a woman who had taken a shower and the shower water caused her skin to be irritated. I guarantee you there are going to be people who get cancer and die from this. And
Yes.
the EPA said, "Oh, everything's safe. You can go back to your home." It's not safe. And Norfolk Southern needs to pay for relocation services for all the families in East Palisade, but they're not willing to do that because that'll cut into their corporate profits. But yeah, understaffing and the fact that they won't update their equipment and their equipment is not well maintained results in train derailments. And then of course, you have a Union Pacific train that derailed today. Uh, but oh, that happened in Riverside. That's not far from here. But
Oh, I'm done with my laptop.
you're done with your laptop? Show me your laptop. But yeah, so
It's a lot more well
beautiful.
balanced because it was all just Kurumi and Morbius before. It's a lot more well rounded with like Dungeons and Dragons, Ratfink, Kurumi, Morbius, and Amoeba Music, of course. I got the Amoeba Music sticker. It's much more well rounded now, whereas
And you
before it was just very
and
like
you don't have any Lobo stickers.
no, because they don't make them. I tried looking for them. Actually, before I looked for Morbius, I tried looking for Lobo because Lobo's still my favorite, and they have
Lobo is a weird character. Like they've
yeah.
tried to do Lobo solo series and it usually gets canceled. He's a reoccurring villain in the DC universe, but he's not exactly an A-list comic book character. He's a villain, he's an anti-hero, and he's got his own cult following. But yeah, it's interesting. The character's been around since 1983, but um you don't really see a lot of him in any of the DC movies or anything like that.
Yeah,
He
so I
wasn't
got Lobo
did
comics. I got
appear
Morbius.
Lobo did appear in Krypton, but that portrayal of the character I thought was terrible.
Hmm.
But because he turned him into like a sassy Scot guy with like a Scottish accent, it didn't work. But
Yeah.
anyway, and the guy just was really slim and didn't really look buff like what you would expect Lobo to look like.
I honestly think these Ratfink stickers are the best stickers I've ever gotten for a laptop because I love the variety that's available versus like Kurumi or Lobo stickers or D&D stickers. There wasn't a lot of variety, but there's stuff like this, surprise dickhead. Like you don't get this in any other sticker
Yeah,
pack on Amazon. This is
that's
pretty cool. Stuff like this.
surprise dickhead. That's what Norfolk Southern said to East Palisade, Ohio. They
Yeah,
said,
yeah, that
"Surprise
way we could
dickhead,
tie it in with the
we have
subject.
explosive materials." Yeah, and that's the other thing is
Yeah,
deregulation allowed them to classify those
right.
materials as non-hazardous, and that's just not true. Those are explosive hazardous materials that are known to cause cancer.
Yeah, that is the best Rat Pink sticker pack on Amazon. I think that's like the best sticker pack you can get because there's so much variety versus like some of the other characters I like, there just wasn't as nearly as much variety. But I wanted to have a variety of different types of stickers on my laptop. So I want to have a variety of different types of characters I like because those initiate conversations and those tell like other students or whoever's around me at the time when I'm using my laptop, wherever I am, that tells people something about me. So then, like, we can, they could potentially initiate a conversation, whether it's like your stickers are interesting, what is that about? Or, oh, I like Ratfink, oh, I like Kurumi. And I do the same thing with my backpack. I'm also putting like a ton of keychains on my backpack too. In fact, I'm actually going to take some of these stickers and convert them into keychains by buying ID badges for lanyards. I'm just going to stick these
Oh, you're gonna
stickers
hand them
inside there.
out?
Well, no, I'm not going to hand them out. I'm going to put them on my backpack as keychains by using the lanyards,
Oh, okay. So
the
you could
ID
reuse
badges.
them
You know
over and
those
over
little
again.
things are like bags for your ID. Well, they have like a little hole on top, and I could put these on my backpack as keychains. That's what I'm going to do with some of these that are left. I'm going to put them on my backpack as keychains. And when it comes to rat fink keychains, they're all rare or they're really expensive. So I'm actually going to use my stickers instead because I think the rat fink keychains, the ones that they actually make, are way too valuable to put on my
Well, I
backpack
mean,
because those things could fall off,
those key fobs I picked up for you, that was a pretty good deal. She cut me a deal. I got like
Oh yeah, right. I need to find it.
for
I want
10
to put it.
bucks.
I do want to put it on my backpack. I do want to see if I can put it on my bag, but I need to find it. But also on the other hand, I'm kind of reluctant because those are rare. Those are actually really rare, so I'm kind of like wanting to keep it as a
She
collector's item.
had like a whole
Also has rat
basket.
fink ring too.
She had a whole basket of rat thing key
Yeah.
fobs. She probably had like a couple hundred. I don't know where
Yeah,
she got
so
them from.
I love
But
rat fink, but I also love
they were
Squidward as well.
oxidized. They're oxidized and the
Yeah,
metal is darkened, so they I'm not sure what alloy they're made out of. It looked like they're made
I
out of
kind of
like
tempted just to keep them because
okay.
they're too rare, but I
Okay.
could take these stickers and put them inside put them on my backpack as a keychain. I could
Okay,
convert those
cool.
into a keychain.
No,
But yeah, they're
that'd be awesome.
conversation starters because I spend a lot of time at school and work. I'm not at home as much these days, not as much. So that's why I'm doing that so that I can have some more character other than just like my t-shirt I'm wearing. It's like stuff that people can initiate a conversation with you and it tells them about you. Your laptop stickers can say a lot about you, so it's something good just to be like social. If you want to be social, laptop stickers I think can be an awesome conversation starter aside from just your t-shirt. But I think really what's better is your whole steampunk look is really the best conversation starter. I've never seen that happen with anybody else. That's better than just
Oh yeah,
laptop
because
stickers
you
alone. Because
over the
I'm
last
not doing that. I gotta do like
over the
laptop
last few
stickers.
years, you've
Yeah.
noticed people will sometimes approach me and just randomly compliment me on my hat.
Yeah.
You know,
I got rat fink
I come
t-shirts
off
as
as an
well.
enigma.
Yeah, I got a rat fink t-shirts. This is one of them. I got this one off of T Republic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really colorful and vivid. Yeah, I can't wait to wear this one to school and to work. Yeah, school and work is like a big part of my life now, so I want to express myself through my backpack and my laptop and my shirts and also at work I have different customers that come in, so it's not just my coworkers. My laptop can initiate conversations with customers also, like my laptop, it can get something started, people can make connections over that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm doing to kind of like it kind of takes the edge off of being at school and work so much. It definitely
Okay.
like takes the edge off. How much time do we have left?
Uh, Less than 40 minutes because I'm using the free version of Zoom.
Oh, I know your podcast is usually like 30 minutes, so I want to know how much time we have left in a podcast.
I don't know, less than probably 20 minutes. But don't worry, it'll notify you. Or
Okay, I was just saying I have
when it gets down to 10 minutes, it'll notify you that you only have 10 minutes left. I haven't got that notification yet.
okay, because that's basically when the podcast over is when you get that notification. Yeah, because I have my character in the 3D model that Zerk the artist is working on Fiverr. I
Well,
don't
we can
know.
talk about the war in Ukraine if you want.
Yeah, I don't know if you want me to show the model and everything like that, my
The
character.
model of what? Oh, you want to
It
talk
could
about
be.
your character first? Because usually the way this podcast work, I don't know if you probably haven't been watching my podcast, but that's fine.
No, we could talk about the war in Ukraine first.
But
That's
I
more
mean,
important.
usually that's the last thing I'll do a war in Ukraine update because it's been going on almost a year. We're only 4 more days and then it'll be a year. But yeah, if you want to pitch your 8 Foot Beast website, new
Okay.
character,
Yeah, I
go
brought it
for
up
it.
on Instagram. That's part of the reason why I was delayed getting started because I had to bring it up because I know like host
Okay,
disabled screen sharing. You gotta
okay. I
enable.
just got the 10-minute notice, so we got 10 minutes left. Anyway,
Oh, we got 10 minutes left. Okay. Can you enable screen sharing? Because it says disabled.
oh, oh, allow multiple participants. Okay, there you go.
Okay, can you see that? It's my Instagram page.
I see
Okay.
that. So you want
So
people to
this
follow
is
you.
the 2D
This
art.
is your fictional character. Tell me about your fictional character.
Right. So this is 8 foot beast. He's well, to sum it up, he's 8 feet tall, 500 pounds of muscle, can lift over 8 tons. He's part orc and some other things.
And what
But
is
these are
that?
all the
What is
orcs
that
and
we're
stuff.
looking at? What's that?
It's the 3D model. Well, this is the early creation of 3D model.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep going until we get to, yeah, okay, those are most current ones.
He's got shoulder tentacles.
Yeah, I know,
He's
right?
got shoulder appendages.
Yeah, you referred to it as something a little bit more explicit when you were on the phone with me.
Yeah.
Uh, they look phallic. I'll just leave it
Well,
at
you
that.
told me before we started recording that he was close to being done, the guy that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
hired.
because he has it in Unity now. I'm gonna use this on VR chat.
Is that what the final product's gonna look like?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the teeth. Those are real nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gave him artwork. This is all according to artwork that I created, including the teeth. I created the 2D artwork for the teeth. So all of the 2D artwork, including the tongue and everything, I created all the 2D artwork. So he's taking that and making it 3D using Maya. Oh yeah, that's a very recent picture.
Oh, okay. He did a better. He fixed the thumbs. The thumbs were looking off.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I sent that to you. I didn't even put that on Instagram because
He
it
looks
kind of
like he
made him look,
doesn't look 8 foot.
look
He
bad.
doesn't look 8 foot there. He looks a little short and stubby.
Yeah, I know. I reminded him that I want the height. I actually gave him a
His
little bit of a
torso is a
reminder.
little bit compressed.
Yeah, I know. It might have come off that way a little bit in my artwork.
So I'm just going to ask you some questions because I know we've talked about this, but
Yeah,
for my audience, the few of you who watch me, the 25 to 30 people
right.
who watch me, how long ago did you create this character?
So I created this character around 2018 in Dungeons and Dragons, but I never really
And
he never really
how can people check out your character?
um oh yeah, either the Instagram page or I prefer they go to the website,
Okay, what is the website?
8footbeast.com. It's better than just the Instagram page because it
Because it
has all
has
the
a link to
history.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's everything. It's all the history. Oh yeah, this is the comic strip flyer. I have that here as well. This is a very effective marketing for me. A lot of people really like that.
So
The character never
he's sort of
really
like
he
uh
never really took form until
he's sort of
2020.
like a cross between Peter Steele, Jolly Green Giant, Green Goblin, and a scroll. Right?
I forget the Jolly Green Giant part though. That's my album.
That's your album. Oops, I accidentally
Yeah.
broke her neck. Because
Yeah, I know the neck looks a little bit
the
off.
neck is off. It doesn't line up with the head very well, but
Yeah, I would have fixed it, but the creative process really frustrated me and I wanted to get the album out, so I didn't think it was really that bad, so I was just like,
are,
fuck it, go with it. I was just like, go with it, man, because I mean, it's a creative process
all right.
was really
So
frustrating me.
the easiest way to find out about your character is go to 8footbeast.com, right?
Right, yeah, because everything's on there, like all the cosplay. This is all the
Okay, well,
cosplay.
I got to wrap up. We got to move on to the Ukraine war. So if you
Oh yeah.
can stop screen sharing, I've allowed you to pitch your website. So let me do some screen sharing. Where is that? There. Okay, do you see that?
No. Oh, now I see it.
Okay, this is the battle map in Ukraine, because normally I'm with Daniel, but I figure I'd change things up a little bit and have
Yeah.
you as our co-host today.
Yeah.
The red is areas that Russia controls, and the white is areas that Ukraine controls, and the blue areas are the areas that within the last couple of months the Ukrainian army has counterattacked and retaken this territory here and this territory by Kherson. Russia has withdrawn from Kherson within the last month or so because they've set up a defense line along the Dnieper River right here. And Russia is launching a counterattack near Soledar and Bekmek or Bekhek or Bekmek. I can't
No,
pronounce it.
Bakhmut,
Bakhmut. Thank you.
Bakhmut.
Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
I watch
So
this.
so
I watch all kinds of news with the
so this
Ukraine
area
stuff. So.
here is where they're counterattacking, and Russia claims that they've retaken Soledar and Bakhmut, but Ukraine, of course, claims that that's contested. So we'll see. And apparently, we're about 4 days away from the anniversary of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and the war still continues on with no end in sight. I know Biden actually went to Kiev today and met with the president of Ukraine, and despite the fact that there were air raid sirens, and so that was pretty ballsy on behalf of Biden. But the problem is that I know that like the Ukrainian army suffered from manpower shortages. Casualties on both sides have been heavy. Russians have supposedly suffered like 300,000 casualties. Ukrainians, I think, have suffered like close to 100,000 casualties. That includes wounded and dead. Um, and it appears what Russia is trying to do is they've got a bottleneck right through here because this area right here is Central Plains. And if they could break through the front lines right here through Bakhmut, they can possibly retake
Bakhmut.
Izium or Bakhmut. Yeah, they can retake Izium and maybe get all the way back to Kiev. But we'll see. So apparently Putin is all in. He's planning a spring offensive. So we'll see where it goes. I never expected the war to continue on this long, to like a year with no end in sight. I thought it would have been over by now. But yeah, pretty messed up. But anyway, thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for joining me, Rockan. This has been your host, Steampunk Star Raisin of The World is a Mess, and I just want the steampunk it. You have a nice day, and I will see you 25 billion years. I will. Bye.